Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
I'm gonna eat. What up, gang? Appreciate y'all tapping in with us another Tall Tale Thursday. Our girl Riri has something to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the intro out without her. She probably pop in with us any second, and the rest of the crew. But if you already in here, please hit that like, share button, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We're gonna have a good one today. We're gonna talk a little bit about our boy Jalen Ivey. I don't know if any of y'all seen it, but the LGBTQIA community striked again. I don't know what that boy was thinking, man. He spoke up against Pride Month in the NBA and shit. About the next day or so, he was out of a job. So it just lets you know you got the freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but that don't mean there ain't gonna be no consequences behind it. I want to know y'all opinion on it. Y'all think the NBA was fair? Y'all think they wasn't fair? Cause he wasn't at their game, or he wasn't on a platform. He was actually driving in his car. I'm gonna share the video anyway. I'm just get some more people some time to get in here in case they ain't see it. I seen it a while back. People just kept asking why we ain't bring it up or talk about it. Sometimes we don't really little situations like that. We don't really talk on it too much, but why not? Everybody else speaking on it. I know y'all done seen Stephen A. The news. Everybody done spoke on it. It's dark. See if I can cut some light on. Open this window. Dark as shit. But let me know if y'all heard the story so far. Why I set up this video for y'all. If you didn't, it's gonna be news to you. And I want to know how y'all feel about it. I'm gonna pull a clip up. Still get to gain some time to get in here. I don't know what everybody sleep today. Would they forgot the show start at 10:30? Would they can't hang? What's going on? Would the rain put them down? It was raining on our end in DC. I don't know what the weather was like anywhere else. Our boy Cali Cow, he ain't popped in yet. Let me share the link with y'all too. Make sure people get the link. I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna be in here talking to myself if I don't share the link, because Facebook don't actually share it. YouTube, they might pop up, give you a notification, but Facebook, they won't even show you when your friends go live for real. You might get a few here and there, and then by the time you click on the live, they already been talking for probably about 30 minutes to an hour. So I'll be sending them out to y'all direct. Sorry if it irritates some of y'all, but that's the only way I can get it out to reach the people. If I don't, y'all see it by tomorrow. I'm trying to get them some time to come in, so I ain't got to keep playing the video over and over. But that's all that's going to happen. Some people will probably say they ain't see it. Can you play it back? But I don't want to have people holding up for the people who are watching. I say I got at least 8 eyes in here. So we're going to get going. Those my viewers that probably can't comment, but that's okay. I appreciate y'all still listening. I know my boy Chow, he be out there on the road. He can't sometimes comment back as well. But if that's the case, keep your eyes on the road or stay focused on what you're doing. You can hear the clip. It's gonna be loud enough. So here we go.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness.
Wow.
They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy? That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA.
You
Don't we
right.
all doesn't even the world make judgments on certain things? So how is it when the gospel is preached that people hate it, that people don't want to hear it, and they think is strange? when someone preaches the gospel, the true gospel.
So they sound like he Christian. Sound like he's a believer. So I understand where he coming from a little more. I ain't, he got about 20 clips online. That's the first time I heard this one. Somebody sent to me, say I should share this one because it got all of them basically on one slide, and I ain't got to keep going from video to video. But that was my first time hearing him speaking like that. Every other video, I just heard people saying that he got mental problems, he need help. His wife won't text him back. His family ain't speaking to him no more because on his beliefs, and other people they got different beliefs. So it's like you got to accept other people's beliefs. But for him to get fired and lose his job in the NBA, I don't know. They probably done went a little too far. Somebody probably could have talked to him. Somebody should at least got his phone or something. But I'm gonna see what he's saying this next slide. Here what
Gonna
he
matter on Judgment Day. The piss is not gonna matter on Judgment Day. The piss is not gonna matter on Judgment Day.
not gonna matter on
The
judgment.
piss is not gonna matter.
See what else he see.
He sees the lying. He sees the physical abuse.
Oh my
He
man,
sees the fighting.
a flight.
Pick up where you left off with our resume watching feature and add your favorites to my phone.
Oh yeah, he in the zone, man. This might be early stage. It might be mental illness. I don't know. I can't just clearly say he got mental illness. I can't just clearly say it, but from his behavior and things I'm saying, his energy, he might believe what he believe, but it's still just like you still got to be knowledge that it's other people that's going to think different and feel different, and you still got a job, and the people that you work for, they get sponsored by the very people you talking about, so it's like the NBA, they do everything, Black History Month, Pride Month, they do it all. So I can understand for those who's Christians out there and they don't believe in Pride Month or any of those type of things, but it seemed like it been around for a while, and he been in the NBA for a while, so it's like why now it's becoming a problem, and I think that's now because he just becoming a Christian. That's just my thoughts on it so far. We're gonna keep playing some more video of it while we got some more people coming in so they can give their opinion on it. But for this kid to lose his NBA basically career, hopefully get picked back up. But he got cut. Chicago Bulls cut him. Said he is detrimental to the team. He's a problem. And it ain't had nothing to do with on the court. I heard he was on in practice on time. He always made it to the games, but you can't speak out against certain things, and he did that. So
Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Started right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily
What y'all on today? How y'all feeling?
my boy Damon Ivy, the NBA done cut him, because he was speaking out against the LGBT, I think QA
Yeah.
community. And yeah, and now a lot of people going off. Some people on this side saying he wasn't wrong. He basically saying that he's a Christian and he don't believe in those things and they shouldn't be pushing those things. And then you got other people saying that the NBA is still basically the boss. So not to speak out on those things. You should be knowledgeable to know not to speak on those things. You can believe what you believe, but to go live and talk about it, made him the problem. But how you feel? You think he was wrong for using his platform to speak out on the NBA for celebrating Pride Month?
I think I think he knew what he was doing. He knew I mean you gotta understand like this. You speaking about people that's donating billions, millions of dollars to an organization. You cannot speak foul about the donors and all that. And that's what you're doing. That's why he's detrimental to the organization. I'm saying it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with his job itself. It has something to do with the way that he's promoting He's overextending himself. He's promoting something that the job does not allow him to promote. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that the NBA has a lot of funyuns in it, but it is what it is. That's why they say, it takes so much. You have to fit a certain criteria to get into all these sports, and when you go against that criteria, they
But
take you
Cal,
out of the sports.
yeah, I think he gonna be an example. Kyrie spoke out on a certain
Mhm.
community. We had Kaepernick. He spoke against police brutality. Now you got this guy speaking against Pride Month, and you see is that you can't speak against certain things. And one of those things he's speaking is a no. We got comedians and everybody that came out, and spoke against them, and they lost jobs and everything. And
Yeah.
he got to remember that's still somebody's brother, somebody's sister, and things like that. People take those things personal, and just how much he believe in his religion. A lot of people believe in pride, so it do
It's
cause conflict, So I understand, but I do understand why he's coming from where he come from, because when you got so many things out here people can subscribe to, and you bunch them all into the same building, it's gonna be some type of conflict, because you telling one people over here to believe in this and due to this belief you can and can't do this, and then you same time you telling these people it's okay to do this and that. It's just like, come on, man. It's just like, that's why it's the land of the free. You're free to be who you want to be, say what you want to say, but at the end of the day it's always some type of consequences.
this
Always.
this is not the land of the free. This is definitely not the land of the free. I don't know why people keep saying that. You know what I'm saying? It costs lives to live in America. That it lives. That's what that your life is the cost of living in America. Nothing is free in America. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity, opportunity. If you open the right, go through the right doors, opportunity is free, but nothing else in America is free. Never was, never will be. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey, 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 Sheila. Hey, who that, Cal? Okay, I'm gonna check the video out now, Cal. We can share. We can talk about your chemtrail. Miss Ford, she said yes. She agree on.
I say, it is my understanding as to, like I said, society and people who have an understanding of society are two different types of humans. You know what I'm saying? One is the one that you were speaking on, that's programmed. And the others are the ones that's outside the program watching or looking at the people within the program and having a full understanding of what you watch. Like I said, and it's so true. When you learn some things, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because now you know the truth and you can't look past the truth. So, like I said, it goes back to what you said. It's you you're allowed to play basketball, but you're not allowed to really talk about what happens within the basketball organization. See,
Yeah,
there's rules and regulations to everything, and then you're given a handler as a basketball player, as any sports player. You're given a handler, and this handler tells you, look, just what the name says. He tells you how to handle certain situations. Look, you can't say this. You can't do this. You got to carry yourself, and like you always got to be a representative of this organization. So whenever you're in society, you got to watch what you say. You got to watch how you act. If you drink, you okay. You got to make sure that you keep it under the cover. Whatever you do, you got to keep it under the cover. So when you start bringing it outside of the cover, you know what I'm saying, then it you already know that it's a detrimental situation. You already know that you're going to destroy your career. I'm pretty sure everybody has told him you're destroying your career. He does not care about his career because what he's talking about and the way he feels is bigger than his career. It's bigger than everything he believes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, his belief. You cannot tell me, man, hey, the Bible says this, the Bible says that, and then you punish me for what you said I supposed to go by. And that's where Shorty is at right now. He's like, damn, y'all tell it, like I've been taught this, but then y'all are telling me what I've been taught. I'm not supposed to even, I'm supposed to regard what I've been taught as nothing. So I mean, I understand it. I mean, I understand the business aspect. Like I said, you're disrespecting the donors, and I understand on a personal basis. This is his beliefs. These are his beliefs. This is his religion and all that. And I don't think I don't. I think it's a shaky situation either way you look at it. It's a
Yeah,
no win. It's a no win situation. No one is winning that except for Dave Chappelle. And I don't even think Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle anymore because he's the only comic that's really allowed to say whatever he wants about LGBT community. Israel. He's allowed to make those jokes. He's the only comedian mainstream that is allowed to make those jokes.
appreciate the clip, Kyle. We about to play it now. We do it while you on here, and we give our response to it. Anybody else got any videos they might want us to share and review or look at? Just send them over. He said he sent one talking about how we can get a fight against the chemtrails they putting out here. So I'm gonna see what he talking
All
about.
right, family. I put my buster in my garden, still drying. Probably later on the day, be able to come out that bucket. I really want y'all to see these clouds. Let's see what we do to them. See what we do to these clouds. Get a good look at them. Come back out here in about 30, 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see. I'm actually going to take it off of that concrete. I'm going to put it right here beside that wand. So I'm going to do that now. So when they come back, you're probably going to see it right there. All right, family. It's been here for maybe about 27 minutes. I got to show y'all this because that's how excited I got. Look at this. Look. Look at that. I think mine worked. 20 minutes. In just 20 minutes. Booyah.
I don't know, Cal. That was the main little trick right there. I mean, for people who got their own, backyard or can plant a garden or something. Y'all need to test this out. Y'all see a lot of clouds above your head. We know most of them ain't regular clouds. They chemtrails or factory made clouds that they've been causing people to get sick and all types of things. So you can get them out your sky. That'd be amazing. But he shared it. I don't know. We're gonna keep our eye on this dude, Kyle. Appreciate you for sharing the clip with us, though. Get rid of them chemtrails. I wonder what we can do in the hood, in the projects. See what we can do about those chemtrails. Prince, everybody done talked about them for so long. It just amazed me on how long they've been doing it, and I just can't imagine how better affected they got at it. I'm pretty sure it's way easier for them to do it than it was 30, 40 years ago. That's just my opinion on it. What else we got? We got another test champ. I'll wait for that one because I know Riri gonna want to talk about that one. He said, "Yeah, Clean Buster just got. Oh, you got you one." He said he got on one, the Cloud Buster. Hey, that's a good thing though. I wonder, the more people do it, and study how much it work, because he said he gave it about 20, 30 minutes. And I don't know if he just went in the house for 20, 30 minutes, and if he didn't have nothing out there, if the clouds would have just moved. But it seemed like it just out of his area, the area that he in, it seemed like the clouds all around except that one spot. So that's what made me really think like, yeah, that thing might really be working. Cause it ain't like the clouds just went away. It's just that same spot. So they everywhere else, you know, people need to just hire him to install them joints in their backyard. It don't look like it was that much equipment to build one. But you say you can order one, so somebody making some money. That's crazy. Whoever thought they would have to purchase a cloud buster to put in their backyard? They just find ways to make money. All right, they create problems, we create solutions. At the same time, we find a way to make money off of it. They suffer from memories. Okay, we can share that one. That's a good one to share. He said people are only suffering from their past and their imagination. They forgot to live in the now. I think we spoke on this before, but I mean it's only about 30-second clip. Appreciate for sending this one in. See what he said. It ain't that long, but I'm pretty sure just based off the capture, I agree a lot with he's saying.
Called Becoming Supernatural, and it talks about gratitude being the highest vibration. Mm-hmm. And the two things that people suffer from, their past and their imagination.
Mm-hmm. The what else?
Right.
I can see that.
And it keeps them from living in the now. Yeah. That's why they call the now the present, because it's a gift.
That's good.
So if you understand how important this moment is, like we don't know what the next moment is going to bring.
Yeah.
So I've been reading this book called Becoming Supernatural, and it talks about gratitude being the highest vibration. Mm-hmm. And the two things that people suffer from, their past and their imagination.
Mm-hmm. The what else?
Right.
I can see that.
And it keeps them from living in the now. Yeah. That's why they call the now the present, because it's a gift.
That's good.
So if you understand how important this moment is, like we don't know what the next moment is going to bring.
Yeah.
So I've been reading this book called Becoming.
Oh, it's the morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to
What's up, y'all? Good day, Grand Rising.
What's up, big dog?
What up, Venus?
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Good to have you back.
I'm blessed, glad to be with y'all. Miss your little something.
Something.
A little something.
Something.
Yeah, I love that last clip, and I say that a lot here on the show. I'm pretty sure y'all heard me say that a lot, that we get caught up so much in our past, and we get caught up so much in our own heads and imagination that we don't enjoy the present time, and that's why a lot of people ain't, I believe, living their best life, because you always thinking about maybe a bills, maybe any type of event coming up. Even if you the one throwing the event, it's pressure because you can't get that date out your head. You constantly thinking about it, and days passing by. It's like you miss out on so much because you stressing about what ain't even get here yet, what's not even really promised for you. The only thing promised is the now and the present. You here, so it's like, get caught on to enjoying the present, and I think you enjoy life. What's your thought? Did you see the clip, Venus?
I saw a good portion of the clip, and I agree with the perspective that's being offered. Much of the research that I've done has shown that a lot of the negativity that comes into my life personally is based on the perception that I've had from what would happen. Wonder if it comes.
Hey, Venus, I can't hear you breaking up. You're going in and out. You probably got to come back out and refresh. I'm not sure if you can hear me as well.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank
Cal talking about we all do it. We can take back our skies. I agree with that, Cal. We do anything together, we can take back anything. If we put our money together, we won't even need a bank no more. Like we invest with each other. There's so many things that we do separately, and they make us compete and make it like competition. You got a lot of people, they want to have a better car than their neighbor, a bigger house and bigger this. Like, damn, if y'all work together, y'all might can own both of those houses, and pay less on everything. But they got us in a competitive world, so it just seemed like it always gonna be like that. Let's see if our girl back in here with us, her connection a little better. You good?
I believe so. Does that work better? I
hear you
reset
better.
it.
Yeah, I hear you better now. Yeah, we couldn't hear from the very beginning what you said.
I said that what I did hear of the video really was resonating with me because based on the experience that I've endured and the research that I've done about psychology and sociology, we form our opinions based on the way that we are socialized to understand them, and then we have to reprogram ourselves in order to push forward with different meanings and have new experiences. So yeah, I agree.
I definitely agree. Trip, did you catch the vid? How do you feel about what brother
Nah,
said?
I didn't catch the video. I just caught like the very last little bit end of it.
It's only like 24 seconds, so what y'all probably saying the very end of it is probably the whole video. I played back.
Gratitude being the highest
from the beginning.
I'm reading this book called Becoming Supernatural, and it talks about gratitude being the highest vibration. And the two things that people suffer from, their past and their imagination.
The what ifs. I
Right.
see that.
And it keeps them from living in the now.
Yeah.
That's why they call the now the present, because it's a gift.
That's good.
So if you understand how important this moment is,
Yeah.
like you're not gonna, we don't know what the next moment is going to bring.
Yeah.
So I'm reading this book called Becoming Supernatural, and it talks.
Yeah, that was the clip right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? You think a lot of us living like that? We get caught up a lot in our past, and
Oh, you know it.
now.
You know it. Yeah. Yeah. You know. A lot of us let our past dictate our future when we live on the bad choices that we made, and it causes a lot of trauma for people, and some people don't get over that hump or take a long time to get over that hump, and continue to dwell in the negativity that they're surrounding themselves with or was surrounded with in time past.
Hey, we got Cali Cow. He said he want to know what you think about them cloud busters.
The what?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it back up. He shared a video with us. These people that created something they can put in their backyard to help you get rid of your chemtrails. So he put it down in his backyard. After he shot a video of it, of the clouds, of the sky, and then he came back 30 minutes later and it was clear. Mostly from the area he was in. You to share, and he want to get your opinion on it, so I'm gonna share it with you now. Thanks again, Cal.
All right, family. I put my buster in my garden, still drying. Probably later on the day, be able to come out there and bucket. I really want y'all to see these clouds. Let's see what we do to them. Let's see what we do to these clouds. Get a good look at them. I'm gonna come back out here in about 30, 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see. I'm actually gonna take it off of that concrete. I'm gonna put it right there beside that wand. So I'm gonna do that now. So when they come back, you're probably gonna see it right there. All right, family. It's been here for maybe about 27 minutes. I got to show y'all this because that's how excited I got. Look at this. Look. Look at that. I think mine worked. 20 minutes. in just 20 minutes. Booyah. All right, fam. You got it right today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the funniest man in the world.
What is up? What is up?
Funny man, David Green.
Hey. I had to drink my water because Venus always says, "You been hot? You hydrated?"
He be Parsh over there with the cotton mouth. What's your thoughts on the trip? I wanted to get your opinion on the Cloud Busters.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that specific thing yet. I've seen some other little designs and stuff, but that's cool as shit, man. You know, 'cause and chemtrails and stuff are definitely a real thing. So you know, we need to come up with some ways to disperse some of the pollution because we breathe in all types of aluminum and radium and other harmful metals and chemicals every day. Not just that, but you know, in our water too, and food. Yeah, man.
That's a start. Cal said we all get one. We can take back the sky, funny man. Green, what's your thoughts on these Cloud Busters? Did you get to see it? Got created something?
No, I
That's
didn't.
cool.
I didn't get to see it, but I heard somebody talk about chemtrails or whatever, and I did see that. You know, what I mean, with Prince and Dick Gregory and different ones talking about the chemtrails and.
Well, Venus, you seen the video. What's your thoughts on it? This invention they made you can put in your backyard to help get rid of the chemtrails above you.
Yeah, the chemtrails have actually been scaring me for a while, so I'm excited that they're working on doing something. But then I have the question of like, if you move it away from on top of you, where's it going? Because it's still there, right? We're not evaporating it; we're just moving it. So I would need to do more research, but I'm interested in seeing where we're going with this and what and where the things that are being moved to are being moved.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. True.
I ain't think of that, Cal. We might be spraying it right on us now. We might make a little more. Yeah, we gotta look into that. That's another thing they need to look into. See how much damage it might be caused. But it might just be coming right down. You might be causing it to just fall much faster. I don't know. You got some feed trip. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mute my mic.
Yeah, if you ready to talk, please mute. I can't talk over it. That joint be, I don't know what the word. Scream, y'all gotta get better at that, man. They gotta get better. But appreciate that video, Cal. We Venus just made us think a little deeper though. That's why it's good to share these clips, I think, with people and have different opinions because none of us even thought of that part. We just like, yes, that's great. Let's just all get one. The whole time we might be making things a lot worse and easier.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we got to look into that, Cal. And how you feel about what Venus just said, you know, that it actually could be. You know, she want to know where is it going then, you know. So they also block EMF waves to protect against 5G radiation. Yeah, we gotta look into that. That's why I got these UV little glasses on to help protect my eyes from these screens because I be on the laptop so long. I'm editing, I'm doing the podcast with y'all. I even watch TV on this thing, so I had to get something to help me with my eyes because sometimes I get floaters or shit, get dizzy, and it came from just staring at the screen too long. So you got to be careful if you're on your phone or laptop way too long. But this is a good idea though, Kyle. We thinking of ways to fight back. We just gonna have to look more into that.
Right.
So would you get one day now that you see a little bit of what it is? You think that's something good we can use to help fight against these chemtrails they got out here? Cause them things will stick right there in the air.
Hmm. I mean, like like you and Venus said, we have to do a little more
All right,
research.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do a little bit more research. But if it works, yeah. But like I said, gotta check out the pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. But damn, this one right here, this tough. This not even a video. This basically look like a straight up just question. Is a woman wrong for keeping a baby that the man told her he didn't want? Yeah, that's gonna rough some fire. Wish Reese was on here to answer that one. Is a woman wrong for keeping a baby that the man told her he didn't want? I mean, anytime a baby, I want the baby be born regardless. So whoever against the baby being born, I'm always gonna think that person wrong, man or woman. Because these things can happen when having sex. You know that you possibly can have a baby. So now that
Right.
these are consequences, what people say, which I say are the blessings, that some people feel like the woman got the decision to say she don't want it, so a man should have the decision to say the same. So it's just like, nah, I just always for life. I'm pro-life regardless, so it don't matter which way. And that's just me probably being bad. That's just my opinion. I think the guy will be wrong in this situation for being mad that this girl keeping a baby that he didn't want. If he didn't want a baby with her, he shouldn't lay with her. That's just how I look at it. What's your thoughts on it, funny man?
This is crazy because I was thinking about this. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, but the reverse side.
Oh,
Yeah, it was said is it wrong for a woman to keep the baby? I was thinking, is wrong for a woman to not want the baby or whatever.
mm,
Because I'm not ashamed. I mean, I used to be ashamed, but I ain't ashamed to admit it. I've been with a couple women that went and got an abortion and whatever, and that's something that I'm against. But I had
yeah,
no say in the matter or whatever. So
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think we both should have say, but that is tough. That's how I feel. What's your thoughts on it, Venus, before we get the trip? She putting her ponytail together. Hold on now. Something triggered.
Well, when I was younger, when I was much younger, I was lined up to get a modeling contract, and I found out that I was pregnant, and the person that I was pregnant by, I let him know before we got pregnant together that I didn't have time for all of that. And then I had a person living inside of me. He never said he didn't want the baby, but to this day, he hasn't paid child support. Well, he paid a couple $100 worth of child support, but that's not the point. The point is that, like, I think that if we as a woman make the conscious decision to have the baby after a guy who laid down with her said, I'm giving you the means to help take care of this so that we don't have to deal with this issue, then I think child support might be a thing we want to think about taking off the table, because at this point, you've made a decision that you want something that I don't want, even though it was ours. So I feel like a woman isn't wrong for keeping the baby because it is a piece of her that she may not want to extinguish. But I don't think that she should be like, but on the same note, I have a whole different perspective about being a guy, because it make it really easy for a guy to say, well, I know she's pregnant, I don't want the baby. But he probably isn't even offering the means to help her get out of the situation they got into together. So I believe that if he doesn't want the baby, he should be responsible for helping her make sure that it goes in that direction. And if he does want the baby, then that's great, because he probably could have thought to wrap it up earlier anyway. So I believe, yeah, they should have an opportunity to discuss it, and they should have an opportunity to discuss the options. But if her decision is separate from his, then she should take the child support off the table.
I like that. I like that. She
Yeah.
basically saying that if she decide to keep it and he's saying he don't want it, then he shouldn't have to pay child support. You know, what's your
Right.
thoughts on the young Trip? How you feel about this?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm totally against abortion. You know, that's a life you're taking away. I think in extenuating circumstances of like, that, there always is the option of adoption. And then like, one of my sisters is actually in this situation right now. She got her tubes tied and still got pregnant. And like
Mhm.
she's not in a position to have any more kids, so she's gonna get an abortion and I fully support her for that. I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, that's tough right there, especially after getting your tubes tied and you still like, is there anything against that, or is nothing like if I paid y'all to make sure this
Oh
don't
yeah,
happen?
she could definitely sue.
Okay, I was wondering.
She's looking into that. 'Cause that's yeah.
Hmm.
You obviously fucked up the operation.
Yeah,
Right.
that's tough. All right, Cal, appreciate you tapping in with us today, sharing the video, man. You gotta keep sending it, man. We're gonna talk about it. That's tough. Oh,
All
that's
right,
my
Cal.
what up, big sis? My sister in here. Number two. She said, "Hey, Tina." Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a good question though, because it can go all over the place. So I like that they shared that with us. And as always, Vin has always made me think a whole. I never even thought that way. Like, God dang, if the guy do decide not to want to, take care of the child, I just always thought like that's just messed up. But that is somebody being straight up with you, y'all both being honest. And if she decide to go through with it, then it's okay. But he shouldn't have to pay child support. It's just like, damn. But what is it when a guy actually want the kid and the girl don't? Because that's what the situation Dave said he was in. He felt like he had no say. Do you feel like men should have any say in that, Venus, at all? How your thoughts on that? Because I hear a lot of younger women say, no, my body, my choice. How you feel?
I feel like if we're going to do this together, if you're going to help me make sure that this human survives in this world and you're going to help feed the child skills that are going to help it to be a productive member of society, absolutely have all the say you want. But the thing is, though, that if you're just going to be like, that's my baby mama, and showing pictures of her all over the place and taking pictures of you and your kid on Father's Day and claiming all the credit and not even supporting the efforts that it takes to make a child be what it is to be proud of your child, then nah, man, stay over there. Keep your commentary and all that over there, because you ain't gonna do nothing to make this better anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
No, but what I was talking about is, what I mean, I'm talking about, because might not be in a relationship or whatever, guy, what I mean, and and the woman, pretty much, well, at least in my situation, it wasn't in a relationship or whatever, and she was just saying she didn't want to she didn't want to have another kid or whatever like that. So I was like, okay, give me the kid or whatever, So I understand what you're saying, Venus, but sometimes situations, you're not together, and might have an accident or something like that, and like Molly said, they say it's my body, my choice or whatever. But I say if the guy is willing, just give him the baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. She still got to go through that, though. What's your thoughts on what he said, Venus? You the only woman on the
Well,
panel.
I was raised by my father, so I know it's possible for a man to raise a say daughter, but a child. So I know it's feasible for that, but a lot of guys who say, let me get the baby, are still going to be expecting to drop that kid off to you. And if I never wanted a kid, I'd have to be more like my mom and be like, keep that kid away from me because I said I don't want it and I don't want to grow attached to it and then want it back and not be able to get it when I want, when I know damn good and well it's mine. I mean, I have, been on both sides of the abortion topic, and I am pro-life. I will even save the life of a bug. But there are certain situations where, if nobody's going to take care of the kid, then why did you do this? And at least not find somebody who was going to do what it is that people are supposed to do for the children. So, I mean, but there are the hormones too. There's the hormone that changes your body goes through. My body will never be the same as it was before I had kids. I got stretch marks. My organs have shifted a little bit. My body functions a little bit differently than it did before I had. So there's a lot of changes that you have to consider when you have a kid. And then there's the whole putting your dreams on hold, changing the whole plan, pivoting, and all the adjustments that it takes when you're considering somebody who isn't just you. So, I mean, first child, I think, this is more of a conversation, but by the third time, you know what the hell you're doing. And either you're going to do what you gotta, or you're going to do what you wanna, but the choices are there, and the choice once it's made is made. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah. What you got, Trap?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too, and I kind of agree with what Funny Man says. Like even if the woman don't want the kid, but the father wants it, I think that you should never take a kid's life. Like the kid didn't ask to be brought into this world. They didn't ask for that to happen. They didn't ask for you guys to get drunk and have sex behind a dumpster somewhere. They didn't ask for that to happen. And except for extenuating circumstances, like I said, like if the mother could die or even rape, but even in rape, like there's adoption. The adoption process is crazy, and there's hundreds of people who can't have kids that are waiting years in line to be able to adopt a child. Like they want kids, but I get both sides of it too, in the sense that the only thing I don't like is when these women that be having multiple abortions. That's just scumbag shit. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're gonna have multiple abortions. You are a scumbag, and that's just how I feel on that. Because you know what you're doing, and you have no problem just opening up your legs, and then taking kids taking it out of this world when it doesn't fit your agenda. Close your goddamn legs then.
Yeah, and I kind of especially now, no sound like a broken record, but talking, the Epstein and different things like that or whatever. Like I'm starting to feel they're pushing women for abortions, whatever like that, so they can do whatever they can to the fetuses and so.
Say to the fetus.
Yeah.
It is some weird people out here. I just be like, I think it's population control. Like the more people, don't matter what color, what race, the more women out here getting abortion, the less people they got to worry about out here. So it's like they can't just go ahead and start offing people. So the best thing is prevent them to ever be born. It's just like I can't even imagine to even think about how this woman came up with this idea. Like we should help people get rid of their kids. It's like, or in case they don't want them. I was like, God, like you gotta be heartful, or I don't know if it came with people dying from having kids and they was in condition that they shouldn't, and this was a way of saving woman life. Then they found a way to weaponize it, because a lot of things be made for good, and they find a way to weaponize it for bad. It's like anybody. You can buy a car and get around A and B, or you can buy a car and start doing drive-bys or running through crowds. It depends on the user, but it's just like a lot of these inventions, it'd be scary because they always start off good. Yeah, this can help you with your heart condition and this and that. Then later on, we got an epidemic of the same drug people can't get off of. So I think it's population control overall. That's my thoughts.
I see your point on that too, and but like the whole overpopulation thing, like granted, there is a shit ton of people in this world, and yeah, we do have a problem with homelessness, and yeah, we do have a problem with food shortage and supplies and water and all that, but not for nothing, this world is a huge place. You know, you could fit everybody in the state of Texas, just the
Mm,
state of Texas alone, they could all have a house with an acre of land in
mm.
just the state of Texas alone. So there's plenty of space for people.
Yeah, I agree with that. I heard that so much. That's how big just Texas alone. Then they're always talking about we running out of space. Like, yeah, right. Everybody punched up in these same cities. Everybody want to be in New York, California, Atlanta, DC. It's like, no, spread out some. But what you had, I seen you said you told some young folks about this just yesterday, Venus. What was that talk
Oh,
about?
that was about preparedness. You know, people are out here having a good time, and yes, they're engaging in substance or doing whatever they do to feel good in the moment. But you know, if you're prepared, you're less likely to come up with the circumstances that you needed protection from and could have thought of it. So that's the discussion I was having. Like, a guy should have a rubber on him, absolutely, but she should have one just in case, because the guys will use an excuse and tell you that their rubber is defective somehow. Not this one, not this one. I was an outreach peer, so I made sure that I told a lot of people to go ahead and wrap it up. So I'm still on that perspective. Did it to my nephews and my nieces growing up. And just the other day, I was acting like an older person out on the porch, telling everybody too, I hope you're taking precautions out here. You know, don't be doing crazy stuff. I don't need any more grandchildren too. So one of the kids in the group.
That's
Yeah.
good. I still think it's more, like whatever you at in life, like if you financially ready for a kid, I think a woman wouldn't hesitate to have a baby. And it's crazy because I see a lot of like celebrities and things like that. They try to pressure women into having abortion. Some of them pay them under the table to get rid of it. But most men that's not famous or whatnot, they try to pressure women to keep the baby. And they like, I just don't want to have a baby right now. But I just be thinking like if that man was financially ready and he was good. I just don't see them denying it, for most, part. I just think if both parties is financially stable, that they both might want to have that child. And I only brought that up because in some countries, when you have a kid, they take care of you. They sometimes give them money, they make sure they got homes and things like that. But here in America, it gets scary for these young women and possibly young men that
Ooh.
do when his baby get here. I can barely take care of myself and stuff like that. But other places they encourage young people to have kids because when you have a kid, we're gonna give you all this money. We're gonna make sure you get put in these houses and things like that. I think if America did more things like that, finance people who having kids to help them get started at least. I think more people be encouraged to keep in their kid instead of just quickly ready to just get rid of it. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Shred?
I want to add on to that with something you think, not the states, but you know, I don't know how much about, but you remember Gaddafi from Libya?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gaddafi, dog.
So back before all the stuff happened with him, Libya was like the third richest country in the world, and like, in freaking the population, bro, was well taken care of. You know, like when someone had a kid, and you had to get married, but they paid for your wedding, they bought you a home, they
Hmm.
gave you a home, they paid for your rent for like the first 5 years. They got you a car if you needed a car. Kids, they all kids' school was paid. Um, all kids' school was paid, and they paid for if when you went to college, they paid for your tuition, and then and if you stayed in college for like a certain amount of time, when you got out of college, they'd buy you a home, they'd buy you a car, like all this type of crazy shit they would do for the citizens of Libya, bro. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I hope, yeah, ain't that's why I was speaking of. If we did that for our people, I think that things would be a lot easier, and people wouldn't be pressured to go to the abortion clinic, and they getting out there being, ashamed because people out there with signs recording them and telling them they're gonna go to hell and all of that. That got to be some crazy pressure. But for those who watch it and don't know Gaddafi or know history on him, there's a little bit about him.
But it was about freedom and democracy. But here's what they didn't tell you. Under Gaddafi, Libya had no electricity bills. Power was free for all. Loans came with zero interest, and banks were owned by the people. Newlyweds were gifted $60,000 to start a life. Education and medical treatment were completely free, and literacy rose from 25% to over 80%. If you wanted to farm, the government gave you land, seeds, livestock, even a house, all at no cost. Couldn't get treatment in Libya? The government paid over $2,000 in covered travel abroad. Gasoline cost just 14 cents per liter. Buy a car? The government paid half. Unemployed after graduation? The state paid your average salary until you found a job. Oil profits were deposited directly into citizens' bank accounts. Mothers who gave birth received $5,000. Bread? 40 loaves cost only 15 cents. And Libya had zero debt with $150 billion in reserves, now frozen globally. Gaddafi also built the world's largest irrigation project to bring water to the desert. A self-reliant Africa was rising, and that is why he had to go.
That is why he had to go. And we know who put that order out, but I'm just saying they did these things for us here in America. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. It's like, how can they afford to do that? Because it's BS. They can do that here as well. We shouldn't have homeless. You know, women shouldn't be having kids and out here struggling and worrying about what they want to do. They breaking homes up. They telling them the father can't be here. And if he here, we can't help you. But even the little help they give you when the father's absent is not enough. And you see what they doing out here in other countries. So I'm happy that you brought that up, Trip. But some people don't know this the stuff that we should be fighting for out here.
And they do it in Alaska. In Alaska, all the citizens get a monthly stipend from the oils.
Yeah, now that's lit. That's lit. That's lit. But hey, that's what we need to do, Venus. We need to do something like this to make things easier on everybody. I don't know why is it so hard for us to do that here in America. Do y'all even think this possible, or y'all just think they just choose not to do it, Venus? What's your thought?
I hold out hope for progress every place that I look at. And you know, this all sounds like an awesome plan. In America, though, I think it would take a very long time to train us to believe that this is something that could work, because we are gluttonous and we're greedy, and a lot of us don't care about one another. And then there's the whole thing where a lot of us care so much about ourselves that we don't care about ourselves the way that we should. So I mean, I think if we learn how to manage resources, if we learn how to create resources, then we also could be sustainable, self-sufficient. But the government doesn't want that, because something about always having something underfoot, something about having somebody to tower over so that you can boast that you're better is something that sticks here. It really resonates with a lot of people who think that maybe we should have maybe even just a little bit more colonization going on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Dave, what's your thoughts? Dave, you think it's possible, or you agree with Venus?
100% agree with me. It's like she took the words right out of my mouth or whatever, especially when she was talking about us being too greedy and everything. You know what I mean? Like greed, in my opinion, is what's killing a lot of things. Like I mentioned before when we was talking about like Bloods and Crips and stuff like that and everything and all. You know what I mean? How that was supposed to help out the area, you know what I mean, for police brutality and stuff and all. But greed, you know what I mean, the drugs and the money and different things like that turned that to, you know what I mean, to crime and different things like that and all. So I mean, I 100% agree with Venus. Like, I mean, it's a good fairy tale and everything and all, but around here there's too much me, mine that no, I don't think it will work.
You don't think it worked, Trip?
It's just not possible to work in our country economically. It's not feasible with the way that our economic system is set up and how taxes work and how the capitalist system and double account booking, and that's a whole nother conversation, a long conversation to explain. But it's just not possible with the way our system works. It would take some significant change for that. It could be possible and it could make possible, and I think Trump's doing some good things somewhat to try to bring a little bit of change to the system about to make more opportunities available. But yeah, with the way things are now, no, it's not economically possible.
It's not economically possible. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's possible. I just think they refuse to do it.
Right.
And in order to do it, they will have to change some policies and how things going now. And it's definitely impossible how they running things now. And that's why I think we need to change things, how things running now. What's that, Trip?
If you don't mind me elaborating on a little bit, I just didn't want to take up too much time, but I can break something down real quick. It might be all right. So with just the whole thing of we're in maritime law, common law is not a thing in this country right now, and and we operate in a debt-based currency. Our money is not backed by anything. It's a fiat currency. That's where the country's debt comes from, not from that technically we owe $100 trillion, all these countries. No, it's because we use Federal Reserve notes every day and we use debt, and it's not a credit-based system. And so yeah, until that changes, because our money has no substance, it's not backed by anything. It's not, Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, all lawful money, it would be in gold and silver coin. That's not a thing ever anymore since the gold standard in 1933, and silver in 1966 that ended all that. And so now our currency is literally backed by nothing, and it's everything runs off of bonds and accounts and borrowing and and so yeah, until that changes, it's just not possible.
But I had to put this up, y'all. My bad. I was trying to get our girl in here. When that I ain't see, I heard the sound pop in, but I always pull up the information after one of us mentions something, so y'all don't think we be just talking. I know a lot of y'all ain't got time to research a lot of these things, and it is a quick Google search. But the U.S. dollar is not backed by any gold like they be lying and telling us that it is, and it be right there in our face for us to see it. It's just like I don't know what to do about it, but we gonna work on it. We got our girl popping in.
Yeah.
Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning
What's
Max got
up?
the flavor, got the glow.
Hey,
Start it right, let your energy flow.
Yeah,
High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two from the first headline.
What's
So
up?
I just came in, and I'm gonna throw it out there because I don't really know what the topic is. But at one point, the dollar was actually represented, or was representative of an amount of gold, and those particular bills had blue and red writing on them. And then at some point, they were like, "Oh, fuck this shit," and they got rid of those and gave them all the green writing. And now, if you have the blue or red writing on a bill, then you can take it to a bank or something, and something can happen. But they usually want it to circulate enough until the bank finds it and takes it out of circulation. And so they don't want you to have the ones that are representative of an amount of gold or silver. It was red was representative of gold and blue was representative of silver. But
There is no.
yeah,
Oh, so I don't mean to interrupt. My bad. I thought you were done. I apologize.
you're good.
No, there is no more of them left. They were called banknotes, and there is no more of them left. Even if you had one, it doesn't mean shit because there's no gold. The money is not backed by gold or silver. It's a fiat currency, so you can't take anything to the bank and get paid in gold or silver. You just can't. So there is no more of that. Ever since the gold standard ended.
That's crazy. me gold. I never.
America just kept making currency, and if you only have this much currency, actually like this much gold, but you're still making currency, the more currency you're making, the more it waters it down. Like think about, I mean I'm over here thinking about drugs and stuff, but think about drugs that you can water down, right? And the more watering you do to it, the less of that drug there is, until there's no point in the fucking drug. Like this shit is all flour. What the fuck is this? So yeah, that's my point.
I like that.
America's economy runs off the labor of the people. It literally, I mean, it would take a lot of you might not really know what I'm saying. It would take me to explain it, but it literally runs off of our birth certificates. That's what this economy runs off of, the labor of the people, and bonds. That's what it is. And our stock market, we rely on our stock market, and everything is a commodity. Everything is turning into commodity, and the country constantly borrows against people and the labor of the people and the valued labor of the people. And so that's why we're a debt-based society, and that's why eventually it will crash.
There are multiple reasons we're a debt-based society, and we've gone over in the show before. There are multiple individuals on here that believe, including myself, that whenever you're born and you're given your social security number, that is your SKU number. This is the number the government is going to know you by. When you go to put in information for a government website, they don't just ask you your name; they ask you your social. So. It's not shocking or not an out of the world thought to think that we are more like cattle to the government. It's not. I'm okay with the idea. Not like okay with it, but I float the boat, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not called a SKU number. It's called a Treasury Direct Account number.
Ah, okay.
So that number is literally like if you gave me your social, I could literally go on to Fidelity. If you gave me your social, I could go on to Fidelity right now and pull up your account and your name and show you how much your account is accrued. All the amounts, anything that your social, your signature is tied to, is the bonds are created off of that. And you can go to fidelity.com, put in that account information, and they all accrue for 30. They have a max of 30 years. So after 30 years, it can't accrue anymore. And you can put in forms 1099 OID, 1099A, and put in forms to collect that interest. Crazy shit, man.
Good. That's what we were speaking.
I've done it.
Basically, beliefs on the system here. If we can get it like Gaddafi, I don't really get too much into the setup system they got here because it's all bullshit to me. I think gold, none of this shit have value unless we give it value. I can give this fucking lighter a value. They can say it's 50 cents. Or us collectively as people, we decide what has value and what don't. And when we decide to say gold and all this other bullshit don't have value, when we decide to say we done with playing this game, signing birth certificate, our kids over to the government, all this whole system thing, when we all stand together, I think that's going to be scary, but I'm it ain't possible unless we all actually do it, though. So
yeah, I spoke on one about a book that was like everyone decided that cheese was going to be the currency. Currency literally is whatever we decide it is. We give it its value. You're right.
Yeah. So we can get into this next topic, which is crazy. This one is a lot different than what we were just speaking on. A lady caught an Uber. Looked like she caught an Uber and she got shot 5 times. And this was Kansas City. So she was shot 5 times: the chest, the neck, the arm, and leg. After noticing her Uber she was in was being chased, she said our car flipped over and they still was shooting. So I'm gonna play the clip and see what she's saying here. We can give our opinion on it because I'm always in Ubers and I ain't know the Uber drivers be having ops out here like that. So
I was never gonna see my kids again. My Uber driver steady like, I think I'm being followed. I look back and I'm like, dang, you are getting followed. We just took off, started driving real fast. So I'm like, slow down, because you about to miss your turn. Slow down. I was like, either we gonna die in a car accident or they gonna get us. By the time we get off a road, that's when I first heard the first shots. I instantly ducked down in my seat. Slow down. We gonna make a sharp turn in a minute. Just slow down. They went that way. The whole time we're trying to get away. She hit something to make us flip over. I'm like, I'm happy that we got into a wreck because I'm like, now it's over. They got out their car and they shot us up again while the car was on fire. They wasn't men. They was some young teenagers. I knew my leg was shot. I had blood all over my foot.
Damn, in the Uber. Hey, well, I'm gonna start looking. I don't know what's up. These little dudes chasing down Uber drivers, but for those out there in Kansas City, I don't know what can you do to avoid this because they just send you a driver. You most times don't care who it is because you thinking they'll do a good background check. And this dude probably got a clean background, but he seemed like he beefing with some young dudes out here, and he's still riding around Uber with innocent people in the car thinking that, oh, they just ain't gonna bother him because he's working right now. Like, nah, they find it's the perfect time and they don't care who in the car with him. This is girl. I'm happy that she made it. She telling her story. She's safe. What's your thoughts on this? That's we can start with you. I don't know. You out of the Ubers now. You good. You ain't worrying about no Uber, shawty.
Yeah. I don't really need Uber. I have a couple times though. It saved me while I was drunk, and I couldn't imagine going through that shit while drunk. But like, no, it's not just an Uber driver. It's a human being, and that human being can get into anything. And I like it. Kind of sounds like at some point, like my head is playing this little cartoon with stick figures where this guy is like being a total dick to a bunch of people, and he's like, you ain't gonna touch me because every time I'm out, like, you ain't gonna hit me while I'm out. Then one of those on site, you ain't gonna get me while I'm out because I'm gonna have some random civilian in there. You ain't gonna hurt somebody that's not involved. And they got to a point where they were like, fuck this guy, and fucked him up. And so we don't know what guy was involved in, but regardless, guy is a human being that can get involved in whatever the hell his free will does.
Yeah, that's scary right there. Venus, what's your thoughts on it? I don't know if you call Uber, but I can't imagine, you call an Uber for somebody and they get to shooting at the Uber driver.
Well, I employ a team of drivers, actually. I have special drivers because I don't trust Uber drivers anyway. I don't know you. I don't want you to drop me off at my house. So I have a special team of people who drive me in particular. But that is some scary stuff, and probably exactly why I don't trust those apps. But like that poor girl, can you imagine just getting into a car thinking you're going from one place to another and having your life flash before your eyes, not knowing about whether or not you're going to make it back to your kids? That's really scary and makes me appreciate my personal drivers even more.
Yeah, you definitely got to show them extra love after saying this. Funny Man Green, what's your thoughts on it?
Shoot up. I'm about to start paying extra attention on the names of these drivers. Give me Raj or Abdul or something like that.
Yeah, that might was Abdul, man. They ain't say the driver name,
I don't know, but like Venus said, I mean that's real scary. You thinking, going to your destination safe and end up getting shot up 5 times, and risking not being able to see your kids and family, and that definitely would be a terrible experience.
Yeah.
But did you know if the Uber driver survived?
Yeah, he mentioned him being shot at all. I'm pretty sure they said he was shot or something.
I thought it was him in the video that said call an ambulance or something.
I don't know. You can check. I keep it up and see, but I don't know if that changed anything. What's your thoughts on the trip? I can't hear.
There we go. Hold on, now my mic off. It's another day in the neighborhood, man. Crazy shit happens all the time, you know? These fucking young idiots running around shooting shit up. These young kids nowadays ain't got no goddamn morals. No common fucking sense. And yeah, I've never taken an Uber. I've like rode in an Uber like 2-3 times with someone else. I don't know, man. Shit can happen all the time. It can go down anywhere, you know?
That's crazy, man. I catch Uber all the time. So I'm just happy none of this bullshit ever happened with me. One thing I just don't do is them shit pool joints. You know, when they picking up other people from other neighborhoods. Like, nah, I need to get straight to my destination. But I wonder how much did this happen. It's probably happened more often than what we know. You know, people
Right.
shot. But now it's just like, damn, with these are strangers. You know, I always say it on the show, like, how do we trust people that we really don't know? You know, but I hear people all the time, I don't know you, I can't trust you like that. But then you'll catch an Uber. It's like, then you'll get on a flight. You don't know that pilot. He probably had a bad morning. His wife probably just left him. He probably just said, you know what? Fuck everybody today. But we put our trust in these people, you know, and it's like, damn, we blindly trust all the time and just don't know it, you know. But Uber, I don't know. Y'all got to do better with picking y'all drivers. Whatever he is, I know he shouldn't be out there driving no more. His account should be done because them kids weren't shooting at him for nothing, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those bullets did seem to have like a bit of a name that they're chasing him, and that they waited until the car flipped and ran up and still did some shooting. You know, I almost got hit by a stray one day, just like passed me by. but like, I mean, to just be sitting in a car, he knew that there was somebody following him. He knew to be suspicious. Why are you going to be picking up Ubers when you already know that you got dangerous things going on in your life?
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all better take them youngins serious, man. A lot of people don't take them kids serious, but it happens. It happens. They've been doing a social experience. I don't know if y'all ever follow this guy. It's a white guy. Him and a bunch of his black friends, they be doing social experiments together to see if he can get away with things they can't get away with. And he went viral again because he done went down to one of these court buildings and showed the people that he drove a whole year with bad tags and some more stuff, and he fed up with it. You know, he just fed up with it. Appreciate you for sending this video. We'll speak a little bit on it, especially since we got a mixed culture on this cry. I'm starting to get a lot of those videos since Trippin' Destiny been on the show. They be sending these things in, but I like it though, because somebody sent another video of a young black and a white kid playing together. They're like best friends, and they actually saying what be happening, because as kids, we don't know the hate, you know, and as we get older, the system and everybody teaches that. But we're gonna share this clip and give our thoughts on it. I ain't here yet, so I give my opinion too.
Yeah, you do. License plate tabs. These are mine from a year ago when I decided to start an experiment to see how long I, as a white dude, could drive around without them and not get pulled over. Last year, working all the way across town 5 days a week, driving through 4 or 5 different police jurisdictions, I was never stopped or questioned once. But please do keep telling us that there's no racial or class bias in policing. I bet if I started riding my bike around with a gun on me, nobody would call. But in the past couple of years, GRPD has killed on 2 out of 3 calls for simply being black and having a firearm, supposedly in a state where that in itself is not illegal. Speaking of racism, let's talk about dogs. As a white guy from the South, I gotta say that when I see a black man running away having dogs sicked on them, it's reminiscent of the plantations of the old South with an E. Delbert, Release the hounds, that boy's running. I concur with those who've called for drastic change in the dog policy at GRPD. I also join with those who are very tired of listening to a group who doesn't even rank among the top 15 to 20 most dangerous professions bellyache about how they supposedly feared for their lives while nestled snug in their body armor. Mayor, you urged people last night to have ideas rather than just complaining. But ideas are always rebuked by cops as a coddled class hiding behind endless excuses, red tape, assorted jingoistic mythos, and an endless pecker measuring machismo.
Going for a while.
Look, David, I get it. You're insulted and maybe a little butthurt that people like me will come up here and get on you about your promises. I saw the Facebook unfriending. I read the cold, stoic handshake a couple of weeks ago. But you're the one that promised to take on policing as an issue in your campaign and that we shouldn't be arresting people all the time for every little thing. And then you went and made a video carrying water for exactly that. Nobody's trying to belittle progress on stuff like financial disclosures, but I can guarantee you that has never saved a life. And imagine how much faster you could move if you stopped caring about wealthy puppet masters and feelings and egos in this building. Besides, until financial disclosure for all those appointees is a thing, this is nothing but political theater. So I reiterate my question from last night that you dodged about your personal political capital. You're unique. You can push back. You're better equipped than any prior mayor to throw some elbows. What keeps you from flexing? Make it make sense. Tonight, I'm not staying for whatever gaslighting emptiness comes off the dais. I'm making room for somebody else to come upstairs here to this podium. This has already done enough for my mental health, and it's only a freaking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't think we can go on that long. Appreciate the video. He went all the way in. I was like, God damn. Yeah, I hear you, Def. What's your thoughts on it? Did he say what he said? How do you feel about his experiment? And he got the proof to show he did it and everything.
Yeah. I like the experiment. It's very valid. It's something that I mean, I'm in an area where one of the worst parts of America actually has landed on the list as worst part of America. It's like a mile away from me. So like literally right that yonder. So it's a stereotype that down here most everybody knows. So I try, me personally, I don't look at I know that cops are shit, but I'm like, just drive like you have nothing to hide. That's my tactic. But my brain started cracking up a little bit because it's so white that he's like, pull me over, do it, pull me over. Why aren't you pulling me over? Come pull me over. I get his point. I do like his point. It's a very valid point. I love that he said it. I just had to throw in what humor my brain came up with.
What up, Kool-Aid? Hope all is well with you over there. Funny Man Green. Was you one of his buddies? Y'all run this experiment? Because you've been getting pulled over the whole year. You try to ride without your tags and all that is bad. Was you part of this experiment?
Well, it wasn't my tags. It was the expired license or I mean suspended license. That's what it was, suspended license or whatever. Matter of fact, I got to do community service as soon as this is over with. But I mean, he is telling everybody what I mean. We people like me and you already knew.
Yeah. I just don't, know how it is for a lot of other people in their communities. Like I know in our community, they pulling you over, white, black, it don't matter. Mostly depend on your vehicle. You got a nice vehicle and you got some money, it might not bother you. I ended up getting like a soccer mom van one time, an Equinox. I ain't get pulled over not one time, but when I had my 96 SS Impala, I got pulled over almost every day for no reason, just because suspicious this, or we got a call in about this vehicle and stuff. So it be discrimination, and it ain't always skin tone. It be mostly on your vibe, how you dress and what type of car you got. It looked like he might got drugs in there, in our area. We majority black here anyway. So I know how it was out there in like Alabama out there with Trip at? You know, like, do they arrest y'all out there? Do they kind of not bother y'all? You know, or do they just, you know, what it is out there? Because in DC, they don't play. VA definitely.
I mean, nah, they definitely on your ass, man. And I mean, that's why, like, this dude talking about all this white privilege. Where the fuck is that at? I need some of that. Never got no breaks, not a nothing. Like, the fuck? I need to know where some of this white privilege at. I need some of that. Shit, my sister fucking just got pulled over. We just got pulled over like about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. Her tags, and she didn't know, and her license was suspended too, and she didn't even know, and we got pulled over. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But I know there's definitely discrimination though. We can't ignore that fact. We can't ignore like that there's not. Like, you know what I mean? You can't ignore that. There definitely is. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a touchy subject because I mean, you think especially with, you know, all these young kids out there just shooting shit up and everything, like cops are on point, you know. And not that I think they have a right to discriminate, but I think they have a right to be weary about situations when things don't look right. And I think cops get more of a bad rap than they should. And we definitely need them. And yeah, but there definitely is a discrimination. There definitely is bad apples. You know, there's definitely police that go to the extreme when it's not called for and not necessary. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, look at this shit that just happened. Look at this thing that just happened at that college in Loyola. That girl got killed by an immigrant and they got arrested for shoplifting, and the cops had to release them because like the law where you only steal less than so much amount, it's just a ticket. They gotta let you go.
Yeah,
And he was an illegal immigrant, and then like he killed this girl at the college. Like they should have been deported his ass. That's a little bit off subject, but it's like they changed these laws. It seems like they changed a lot of things in areas in like California and some of these other states where like, you know, people could shoplift and get away from things, and like they stopping the police from doing their job. And that's what I don't like.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Venus?
I feel like I have a different perspective to add to this conversation too, because I feel like I have experienced some white privilege, and I thought it was great. You know, it was a nice little fit when I was in them places, and I definitely could have gotten more trouble than I could had they, you know, taken a better look at, you know, my relatives and what family I belong to. You know, but I embraced the opportunity. I didn't pay tickets. I got to drive away when my license was suspended. You know, I had that, but I've definitely seen the police be really hard on some people and really soft on some people that they didn't need to be. And I've seen some brutal situations. Like there was a little Asian boy who was running from the police, and they knew that he didn't have a gun, but they already had him down on the ground, and he was already being punched in the head. And this is just a high school student, and he was already being punched in the head. And then another police officer, I don't know what threat there was because the one police officer was on top. Anyway, kid ended up shot and dead.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, I've seen some things. I've rallied and I've screamed, and I applied for a job as a legislator. I told them they could write me in to be the mayor, put me on a common council some, because I would take a job and help them understand what they might be missing. But there's definitely a lot of shady stuff going on in some policing procedures and people, but not all of them are the same people that we're looking at in the movies who have to turn out to be the bad guy at the end. You know, some of them are really out there because they want to serve, they want to protect They want to see community be what it's supposed to be. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just hope that we can all do what it is that we need to do, because we all have certain jobs that we're supposed to be doing, and a lot of us are distracted doing foolish stuff, you know. No, I just love that he spoke out and said some of the things that needed to be said, but there's more to be said, and he said a whole lot. So we got to let that resonate. We got to see if anybody really heard what was said and see what they respond with.
Yeah, and I like that. You know, he letting it be known that he getting white privilege. White privilege is a thing. You know, it is racial bias, because I've been running around a whole year with bad tags, you know, and y'all ain't pulled me over one time. And he did multiple other things. You look into him, and he just like to point that out, like other people's being mistreated. But like y'all said, this happens all the time, and I think that it's the same thing in any race, you know. Just like we all get some type of privilege. It sucks when it comes from high authorities like the police. You know, you treating this certain people better than these people, then they're gonna feel a certain way. But I know certain people, when they go to certain events, they feel uncomfortable depending on who throwing the event. You know, so it is certain perks you get for being black. Like being black, I got the privilege saying nigga. You know, I can say that shit with no consequences, and people won't bother me or none of that's a privilege to me. You know, but other people like, nah, it is some things we can do and they can't do, and there's other things that they do that we can't do, and it just sucks because the people at the top is the ones who call them division. You know, the minute somebody say somebody line, they highlight it, you know, and they point it out, say, look, you see how racist we are? And then people at the bottom, they start mistreating each other, not understanding it's them at the top. You see white and black cops working together to treat us all like shit. I grew up watching Cops, so I used to be so amazed that like they really hitting on these white people. Like where these white people where they be hitting on like this, man? They was really mistreating them people. That just let me know that dang, they don't just do it to us. I don't see it too much in the Asian community or anywhere else, but for white and blacks, I be seeing us getting fucked up. You know, and it just be like, God damn, man, it's more of us than them. We gotta get out of that. We gotta fight back. That's how I look at it. With that trip.
I wanted to add in what Venus just said, because I didn't even think about that, and I'm talking about no white privilege, and you might have a point, because now you just brought me back to what I was talking about, get pulled over, and they did let us drive away. She had to suspend her license, and she did, and it was a white female cop, and she did let us drive away when technically she's not supposed to. So maybe in a sense that is white privilege. My sister white too, and you know, I'm always on some shit. I refuse to give him my name and shit, and I don't never give my name up. None of that. You got no reason to talk to me. But and like so, like and doing all that, and she didn't really make a stink about it either, though. But like, you know, she did give her a ticket, but she let her drive away too. So in a sense, I guess that is in the sense that maybe if the roles were turned and Mally, if that was you in the car, maybe she wouldn't have.
Yeah, that was me in the car a few times, and I ain't had nothing wrong with my stuff. My stuff was legit, everything, and I still got yanked out the car because they had to search it, and I'm like, why
Right,
you need
exactly.
to
Maybe
my
they would have
car?
did that. Yeah.
I have no right to search my car. And they say, well, we're gonna sit you here and let the dogs come sniff. The dogs come sniff, they don't smell nothing. They bring another dog out there. This dog decided to scratch my car. So they said, oh, now they ripped my whole car apart. They taking things apart. I didn't even know it was there. I was like, dang, I didn't know you can do that. And then they just left it there. Like my system, I had speakers and everything. I had to pay $4,000 to get that hook up. And they took everything apart. So I had to pay somebody to put it back together. It was almost $500. But I had to deal with this almost every day. And it was like, God, that's why I got rid of that car and got the Equinox, you know. And that's why I say your car play a part. I had the no tents. You can see in here, this is people. So leave me alone. And it stopped, you know, I ain't get put over as much, but they never just let me go for anything. You know, they find a ticket to write me, you know. That's just crazy, you know. I don't know, but over here they say they got to make their quota. So we know
Right. I mean, and that's really what it is about, making quotas, man. That's
Yeah,
really
so
what it is about.
stay off the road.
There's not it's not just quota. There's definitely racism in it. I have the worst stories I've heard involving police officers were things that happened to my African American friends or white chicks that were dating black guys. The I have a friend. She's a white chick, and for a long time she drove a very like an Oldsmobile, and she got pulled over at night a lot, but she always got let go. And because she was just leaving work, but she had expired tags and she was in a stereotypical black vehicle. So I mean, I've had situations where yes, the cops came by and decided to pull out the dogs because we said no, you do not have permission to search the vehicle. And they brought out dogs. So like they were puppies. I was lucky because there was like a whole half in the vehicle, but so luck plays a lot of a part. That was something that like I've been waiting to find an insert to say that like luck plays a part when it comes to driving. How you drive plays a part. If you're driving in some way illegal or erratic, or you change the way that you're driving because an officer appears, those are all signs that they need to pull you over for something. And that's an unfortunate thing because there are a lot of African Americans that are afraid. When I said it's very white of that guy to say, "Ooh, pull me over," I meant it, because I don't know a single black guy that's like, yeah, I want to get pulled over. I'd love that shit. I don't know a single black person that has a cop behind them and then doesn't think I'm going to get pulled over. That white guy, if a cop got behind him, he goes, I wonder if he's going to pull me over. He's going to pull me over this time. So yeah, no, he proved his point in many volumes.
Yeah, he definitely did. Police get behind us, we say, don't look back. Don't
Yeah.
even because the minute you start looking back, they just don't. It's just weird because if you ain't break no laws, you shouldn't have to worry about getting pulled over. And the biggest drug dealers out here, they ain't even getting pulled over. They riding clean, they running lights and everything, and that's how I be feeling like they all informants. Because it's like, why if you driving that dirty, why would you run the light? You know, they're like, oh, because if they pull you over, they're like, oh, what's up, Frank? You know, and
Oh, there's someone in Pritchard that's colorblind, and I know he's colorblind because I went to go. I had a green light, and this person was blasting through, and they started cussing out the window at me. And yes, it was in Pritchard, so he did this whole thing. Anyhow, that I just kind of looked past it in that environment. So he keeps going. I've got the green light, so I'm behind him. The light is green now, and I'm ready to go. He stops and waits for it to turn red, and then he goes. And I'm like, this is a dangerous environment for you to be colorblind, my dude. Please get glasses.
Yeah, that's scary to be colorblind and you gotta go through traffic or any lights. What up, JB? What up, AQ? Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Make sure y'all hit that like, that share button. Yeah. We working on it. We gonna get better. We gonna get better, Venus. But I'm happy that we're working together. You know, that's the biggest part that I sent out the video. They need to keep making videos, keep doing social experience, like whatever y'all feel like it take. To them, it might not doing nothing to some people, but to most, it might be opening some people's eyes. You know, it's like, okay, at least in that area, you know, it's a start, you know. So I don't knock nobody for doing any of those type of things. They sent a video to go along with it. I'm hoping I can pull it up. I think we just kids. I can't even find it now. But it was like two kids getting ready for their family to be born. They was very excited. You got to resend it if you're watching. I think I done exit out of that window, so it ain't up no more.
Damn, Molly.
Yeah.
Damn, Molly.
They gonna resend it. Yeah, just two little kids though. They was doing a video. It's amazing how good these kids is with the phone. They basically hit record. It's like, yeah, we getting ready for our little cousin. Well, my little cousin, his brother, to be born, and they think it's gonna be a girl. If it's a girl, name it this. It's a boy, da. But it just, you can tell how close they are as relatives. Like they gonna be lit, you know. But they wanted to share that video with it, and I still can't find it. I get to it. Until then,
This is like a whole ass other generation. Like segregation was only about 60 years ago taken out, and that's not very long ago. And this generation that we're in now, especially the next generation, it's crazy how adaptable they are and chill, and they just accept people for who they are. This next generation is going to be what a blossom, and this generation that we're in now is a lot fucking less racist than the one previous. Yes.
Hey, there you go. Okay. See, I almost lost it. It's on about 28
Hey
seconds.
y'all. Hey y'all.
Hey,
Hayden, Riley, and we at the hospital. He waiting for his hospital. He was at the hospital. He waiting for his little sister, and I'm waiting for my baby cousin. So if both of them be a girl, I want her name to be Layani. No, it's Charlie. Hey y'all.
Hey, y'all. Like that. Hey, y'all. I like it. They look like they might be fans because she said her cousin and his sister, or it might be a boy, but it look like the little girl banking on that it's gonna be a girl. And if it's a girl, what's she gonna name her again? I forgot.
Leonie.
And he said, nah, it's gonna be a boy. You and Charlie. He ain't got time.
Charlie. He's biting fingers.
He don't want no little sisters, man. He want a little brother. He can fight with, wrestle, you know what I'm saying? But I do like their relationship. I seen people in the comments saying that keep them close, make sure they stay together and things like that. But this before society kick in and tell people who you should and shouldn't like. I guess that's what they was pushing this video about, to show that before we become adults, we just kids. We don't judge people on their clothes or their color, their height, their weight, anything. We just judge them based off their spirit. And that's what it seemed like these kids they just full of energy. I wish these kids would stay young as long as possible. That's why I tell a lot of these kids, don't be in a rush to be grown. They all say, I can't wait. And we all say, we all been there before, but enjoy being a kid. But Venus, what's your thoughts after seeing this clip? They don't want to.
Oh man, it warms my heart. These remind me of my grandchildren. I look at the little girl, and she's like definitely bold and got that personality. She's ready to express some things. And the boy in the background, he's got a few things to say, but he's not really trying to be too profound about it until we have to talk about what we're really naming this baby. So I mean, I love that, and I just wish that I could have gone to school with kids more like that, because these two kids, if I was playing with them, I don't know exactly when it kicks in, because I'm researching, because like I remember being friends with people who looked like whatever, but there was like really just like two options where I was growing up, like the school that I went to, you was either this color or that color, and I was one of those that was both. So it's like I didn't know where to fit in, but I like that they have this so young already, loving people who don't look exactly like them. I had no Barbie dolls that looked like me, and when my daughter was born, all of her Barbie dolls looked like her, because I didn't want her to feel the same way I did growing up. But it's good that they don't have to worry about where they fit in, because they fit in. They're already understanding how they can fit in wherever they need to fit in.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
Funny man. Okay.
Yes.
I hear you. What's your thought?
Well, this here proves that, racism is taught, and, it's not like, you're not born a racist, It's not like, you come out and it's you come out white and there's a black doctor, but I'm gonna stay in here until I get a white one. You know what I mean? It's racism later on in life and stuff and all. You are taught you're not supposed to be with this person. You're not supposed to associate or play with this or this and all because of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Destiny.
There was a very beautiful episode of what was the one with the autistic doctor?
Good Doctor.
Good Doctor.
Yeah, the Good Doctor. There was an episode of the Good Doctor where this old white man was, I need a white doctor, blah, and then the black doctor ended up saving his life because that's how these shows work. And he felt and but then like after everything, the next doctor comes in for something. No, a nurse comes in and it's a male nurse, and the old man starts to trip. The older generations are always going to have something to bitch about. I love this video because Funny Man is right. Racism is taught. If you don't teach it, then they're not going to most of the time not have that naturally. I have a friend that claims that he didn't teach his son, and his son says some racist shit. But I'm like, he heard it from somewhere.
Yep.
Just saying. As per when Venus was talking about the dolls. My daughter mostly had plushies. She didn't have very many dolls. She wasn't the Barbie doll kind of kid. She has a blend of different colors. But I remember her first black baby doll was given to her for Christmas by my sister. And my father was there, and my father flipped out about it. And it was like, and I'm not even gonna say anywhere near what he said, but he had some things to say. And I personally, because I'm not racist, I don't see the fuss, but I understand that the previous generation was raised to be racist. Like I said, segregation ended just a little over 60 years ago. So the generation that made me, probably racist. My mother's not racist. My dad, yeah. But me, I'm not fucking racist. I'm not going to raise my daughter to be racist. My daughter is just like that group of kids there. I love visiting her at school because her group is perfectly diverse, and it makes me proud looking at her. So that's my thing. I love this. I hope the future looks a lot more like this.
Yeah, I like the clip. What's your thoughts, Young Trip?
Yeah, I think it's cool, man. It's adorable, It's good, and I agree with a lot of the cops. So if you guys saying that like times are changing and more diversity and more acceptance and stuff, which is good. We're all just energy. We're all just souls at the end of the day, no matter what the pigment of your skin is. And yeah, I'm for it. Like to see it. I know, like Destiny said, I was definitely raised different. I told y'all a little bit about how I've always had a thing for black girls. Grew up in a black and Spanish neighborhood, and my family would give me shit for dating black girls, bringing a black girl home. Not all my family, but a lot of them. I'm a second generation Irish and Italian. Both my grandparents on my mom's side for Italy. One of my grandparents on my dad's side off the boat from Ireland. So they're real ethnic household, real rooted in kind of being for your own, sticking to your own, looking out for your own type deal. And yeah. That's it's good to see things change. It's good to see acceptance. And not my dad. My dad was always very open minded and stuff. My mom not so much. But that's how they were raised. I don't agree with it, but I don't hate them for it or be mad at them for it. I still hear that to this day. I still hear the N-word fly around at family gatherings.
Yeah, thanks. Yes. Hey, it's one generation at a time, y'all. One generation. It's popping in at the end of the show, man. Yeah. Okay, get up there. That's too late.
Yes, Kool-Aid. What's going on, everyone?
Nah.
Not just Kool-Aid, but the grape flavored.
Yeah, I look a hot mess.
Oh,
I'll let y'all see what I look like. Hold on. This ain't the.
I'm sure you look hot.
Stale flavor. Hold on, y'all. I usually be looking good, but I'm gonna show y'all. Sorry.
I gotta be like, it's Kool-Aid the Conehead.
I guess the hat on my hair is a mess. How y'all doing today? I'm tuning in and out. while I was cooking and stuff.
We good. We
You
better
looking,
get here
you
now.
looking gorgeous, Kool-Aid.
Oh, for real? Oh, that is so nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I be trying, you know what I mean? I'm not keeping up with
I
these
be
people.
trying.
I be trying. I just slap the hat on and call it a day. You know, I'm one of those people that I can just look naturally beautiful anyway. I can have long hair, bald head, a wig, no wig, a hat. It's just. I guess it's the inside, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the heart.
not-
It's the smile.
Yeah, the smile in the eyes.
Kool-Aid smile, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Smile.
see y'all talking about you know, the kids. What was it about? The video about kids getting along with other races, maybe?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
And we heading into the right direction if we can keep kids blind from society bullshit that, you know, they push all this race junk at us. And then when these kids get older, they don't look at each other the same. You know?
Yeah, because they don't know the difference. They don't know the
Right.
goddamn difference. I didn't even know the difference. I know. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick. I came from a place where all black kids and they were, you know, poverty, really didn't have too much, but I had a lot more clothes and I'm better dressed, better hairstyles, and that's because of the grandma. You know what I mean? And I never thought I was better than them or anything. I didn't know the difference. You know, I shared, I did everything I could, try to be their friends. Then I went to a school with all white, and I think I was like the second black kid. I was like in elementary school, and those kids were so mean to me. You know what I mean? And I was just like, ooh, why are y'all so mean to me? So one day I was mean, and I told this little white girl, I said, "Your breath stink." Because she was like behind me breathing on me, and I just couldn't take it. I said, "Man, your breath stinking. It smell like dogs." She had a meltdown. I mean, she just fell down, and the teachers was like, "Oh my God, why would you do that?" And what I'm just trying to get to is that other schools, black kids be wanting to fight you. You know what I mean? From that little white girl, she was like, "You killed me!" Like, you know, I killed her or something. And ever since then, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do that." But I never seen race. I mean, I like everybody. I think everybody's. I mean, we're all the same. We just different colors. It's different, you know. But we you know, you get taught this, that. That's why I said when Black History come up, I hate it now because it's not fun anymore. It's not. We know we did this. We made everything, but you know, let's just show the kids that it's okay to get along with other nationalities, not just about being black and what they did to us, because that fuels it. You know, the youngins fire. You know what I mean? It don't make them feel good. I think our generation we felt good about it, but the other ones were getting pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shows them, oh no, you know, or I don't like white people. No, I like everybody. So that's my flaw. I've always been like that. And I used to call white people my peach people when I was little. My peaches. So I don't know. I'm just different. But some households are, you know, racist, and that's just on them, or prejudice, that's on them. But hopefully one day everybody can just get along, come together, help each other. I don't know. That's just my wish and dream, but I don't know.
I like
That
that.
would be good.
Okay.
I mean, that would be good. I mean, come on. Think about it. If everybody came together, do what they got to do for each other, quit hating, you know what I mean? Put your money together. One day I told somebody, if we all go to a football field, and we're my community, right? And we all put $10 in that pot. We all got a whole bunch of money right now to make something happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember a guy told me that before. He said, if 10,000 of us just come together and we all put up $100,
yeah,
man, how much money we have? I said we
that's
have
what I'm saying.
We have $100 each.
It's giving me chills just
we have
thinking about it.
$100. We got to grow that money. You know, somebody had to plan, put something towards something. You know, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of people. You know, like it's cool. The idea is good, but what's the plan? Once we put that money in the pot, what you gonna do?
Get some businesses rolling.
You know, they like we can get some. What businesses? You know, like have it out so when you come to these people and you ask them to join, they know what they doing. You know, instead of ideas. So I do like the idea, but
help homeless, help kids. The young kids have somewhere to go and play and do because they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about other states, but they don't have nothing to do. Like, if I become a millionaire, I'm telling you, I'm going to make little things for the kids to do, even little free stuff. It's because it don't always have to be with money. Like, like $5 here and there, or $2 if you get the EBT card, just for them to have fun. Like, these kids they don't even play games. Remember, like we were saying, they don't know. You know what I mean? So there's not for them to do. They're the generation. We're going to be old, and that's what I'm saying. There's no leaders out here, but like I said, y'all, this Trump shit and this fouls. You don't even hear no more about that, huh? The ellipse fouls. What are they called? Ellipse.
Yeah, the
fouls. Ellipse.
Yeah.
All this stuff, eating people. I'm just so sick of all of it, but I just stay away from it. I don't even listen to all that. That's why I be glowing, because I just don't. Every time somebody say something negative, I be like, I gotta go, or I'll just look at it. I don't engage anymore.
Yeah. Can't do it. I feel you.
Yeah, I used to love it, but I just, that's what makes me who I am and how I feel and how I can get, ahead even when I'm down. You know what I mean? Just stand away from negative. Because if you always around negative and doing negative stuff and being around negative and you're negative, you're fucked up. You're done for.
I look at it like this. You do math, so let's say if it's 3 negative people in the room, and it's 10 positive people in the room. Should all them positive people leave? Because the negative people, it's like now you on the plus side. I just like, if it is negative people in there, that's okay. But just try to make sure some more positive people in the room as well. Don't let negative person ruin everything, and that's what I tend to see a lot. Like, why you come to the event? In there, and that I don't. That's like, but it was still a lot of other people in there that got love for you and that rock with you, and it's like, well, due to such and such was there, I ain't want to come at all, and it's just like, then we let the negative always win. If you negative $1 in your account and I give you $5, you in a positive 4. So it's like, it's the same thing with people. You got one negative person and 5 positive person. If anything, he gonna end up turning into a positive person, or we gonna attract to that type of energy. We always tend to let the negative part drag us in instead of dragging them to the positive side. So I don't mind entering any room, because I just feel like they can't drain me. If anything, I can push into them some type of possibility, But if it's all negative people, I ain't going in there. I ain't got no chance. It's just, it's like having $20 in my account and a negative 50. Why should I put this 20 in there? I'm still gonna be in the negative 30. I might as well hold this 20, So that's how I look at things. But before we get out of here, Venus, you got anything you want to add on anything we were saying? And I need you to leave us with some great energy before we go.
I had such a good time coming together and having these conversations and thinking about it. And I thought about how I also conducted a social experiment in this life, and I found out
maybe a plethora of social experiments. Perhaps I'm even conducting one right now. But what I did learn over time is that the money that we chase so hard, if you rip it in half and the serial number is gone, it means nothing. The value is inside of here, and you need to put it out there so that we can use it too.
I like that. Destiny, get some good energy before we go.
What's up, man? I love what he said there. That was beautiful. Y'all hear two of me? Because I hear two of me.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, regardless, there we go. Whoever got it. Thank you. All right. So, rock and roll. Whoever you are, I hope it's somebody you are proud of. And if not, go out and do some shit. Get out of the house. You can't do things in your house. Get the fuck out. Go do some shit. Spread positivity. Be positive and become a person that you can be proud of. Positivity breeds positivity. Y'all have a good one.
I like that. Kool-Aid, get some good energy before you go. We miss you today, but you gave us a little few minutes.
Well, the good energy I can give to you all is to mind your business and drink water.
Drink water.
Mind your business and drink water. Funny Man Green, what you got for
it? Live, laugh, and love.
White.
We always stealing from somebody, man.
We got Funny Man White today.
Live, laugh, and love. All right, I like that. Trip. Leave us some good energy, brother.
If you can make a baby, you could take care of that baby, or at least let that baby be taken care of. You know, make the right choices, decision in this world, and because every soul has a chance to be something great if we let it grow and blossom and it's nurtured. And you know, put a smile on your face. You can't keep smiles on someone else's and keep that positive energy flowing. And if it don't get great today, it'll get greater later, baby. Much love. Stay trippy.
Appreciate y'all all tapping in with us. Make sure for y'all leave, y'all hit that like, y'all hit that share button. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks, Glenn, for popping up on us again. You know, y'all always welcome to the show.
Appreciate that.
We're going to jam out for my girl, Des. And I'm going to go ahead and let these slides just roll out. I ain't reading all of them. I'm just going to put them up for y'all. Y'all been sending them throughout the whole week. So I'm going to cut it up for you, Des. I got you.
This is how I let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag.
Somebody gonna read it?
Flow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Peace. We up out of here. Catch y'all tomorrow. Freaky Friday. What are you ready?